Hello, my dear friend. One of my students has asked me how to solve this expression. We must find the derivative for this 7 function that we have here. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel to watch my new video, and don't forget to press the notification button. Now let's go. We have y, it's equal e in power 1 fraction 2 sinus. We have here 2 multiply pi multiply x parenthesis. Now we must use the chain rule. We have, for example, f function, and we have here the other function. When we use here, we want to derive. Here we must, this is the, just second, this is the outside the function, this is the inside function. When we have to use the chain rule, first we must derive the outside, this first outside expression, then we must derive this inside this expression. Have we understand? First we must derive this outside function, and then we must derive this inside expression. Now we are going to explain this. We have sinus 2 multiply pi x. We are going to derive. We have e in power sinus here the e, it has value 2.71. this is the number. Here this is the constant. It will be go outside of sine function. Remember, we are using this formula. For example, when this we have, for example, this is the constant, or we can, here this constant is the number. Always remember, c will go outside. Derivative of sinus is cosine, and this, just to clear this, we don't need. Now we have explained, this is the constant, this is the number, and it's go outside of this function. Now the derivative for sinus is cosine 2 pi multiply x. This is the outside that I have explained. Now we are going to derive this inside expression. Now we have here to derive this inside. We have 2 pi x. We are going to derive. Here we can write the equal to continue. We have e in power 1 fraction. We have cosine 2 pi x. Here this is the constant 2 pi. The derivative of x, it's 1. Now, just a second to make more space. Here, when we have the power negative, it will go the fraction 1. Here we have 1 in power 2. We can change the place when we have multiplication. We can change 1 multiplied 2 pi is 2 pi. We have cosinus 2 pi x. This denominator, it has 1 value. Now we are going to multiply numerator with numerator and denominator with denominator. 1 multiplied by this, all this expression function, this is same, it is not change. Because whatever number that is multiplied by 1 is that expression, that number. 2 pi cosine 2 pi x, and this, when it's multiplied, is the same. This is the result. We always remember, when you solve the derivative expression, I will highly recommend try with Wolfram. Is here I have right. Here this, it mean, is in power. Sorry. E in power of -1 fraction 2, that is multiplied by sinus 2 pi x. And here is the result. It say that is the same as we have. Can you see? And here we can make something. You can write this as a root, square root, because remember, this is the numerator. This is not numerator, is the power 1. This is the, it means that it's the root. We have root of 2 or square root, and this is the result. Now we have solved this first derivative. We can write. Now we are going to solve this second. We have ln square as the second, to make more space. It is y ln score, what was, just a second, score 3 minus x. Now we must derivate here this function. Remember, for ln, for example, if we have u, when we derivate, it is 1 fraction u, and inside this function. This is the outside the function, this is the inside. Now we can make something here before we derivate. Just a second. I like to make something. Before we derive, I will recommend you can do with two methods, but I like to explain more simple. Before we are going to derive, just a second. Here, can you see? This we have 3 minus x, in this is square root. This we can write in power of 1, or you can write 3 minus x. This is the square root, this is 2. You can write as the exponential expression. This is power. Power is 1, and this is the numerator, this is the denominator. The numerator is 1 fraction and denominator is 2. Now when we use the rule for logarithm, we have you can here you can write before the ln, you have 1 fraction 2 ln 3 minus x. Now we can go to derive, because this way that I'm using is more simple. You can derive directly without using this method, but I like more too simple to make. Derive, this is the constant, is the number, is go outside. We are going to use this formula. We have 1, and remember this all is as the u value. It will be go in the denominator. We have 3 minus x, and the derivative of inside this function is 3 minus x derivative. Now what we have, 1 3 minus x, the derivative of 3 is the constant, it's 0. The derivative of x, here we have power is 1, but I like to explain. 1 is here, 1 minus 1. Remember, when we have here for derivative is m multiply m minus 1. This is the formula that we must use. Now we can multiply by numerator with numerator and denominator with denominator. We have 1 multiplied by 1, it's 1. 2 multiplied by this 3 minus x minus, here we have 1 minus 1 is 0. This all is 1. Here is plus, plus multiplied by minus is minus. We have 1, 2, 3 minus x. Or this minus that we have here can multiply this denominator. We can change the place. Minus multiplied by minus is plus x, plus minus multiplied by plus is minus 3, and this is the result. Now let's try to go to Wolfram to verify this. ln score 3. Sorry my friend, here I have made the mistake, because when you write here you must write the ln the parenthesis is very important here to write. And as you see, the derivative is the same as we have. Here is ln with base of e. Here is the same as we have, to multiply x minus 3, this denominator. Now here I have write x, but the student that has asked me is x in power of 2. I have write in this form, but we must write this. We can write other function. We have other function. It is ln score 3 minus x in power of 2. I have make the mistake. I have forgotten. It has write the student that is 2. I have write 1 here, x. But I will, this is number 4 example. Now how to solve this? First, we can write as a exponential this expression, 3 minus x in power of 2. We have 1 fraction 2. By the logarithm methods, this you can write outside of ln. Now we will have 1, you can write y here, 1 fraction 2 ln 3 minus x in power of 2. Now we are going to derivate. We are going to use the chain rule. This is the constant. It will be go outside of the function. Remember, when we use the formula ln u, we have 1 denominator u. This is the outside function, and the inside u. Now we have 1 fraction 3 minus x in power of 2. Now we are going to derive this inside function. We have 3 minus x in power of 2. Derivate. Now we have 1 fraction 2, 3 minus x in power of 2. We are going to derivate this. The derivative of 3 is 0 minus, when we use the formula, you know, x in power of m, we have m and exponential m minus 1. Remember this formula. We are going to use 2. This is the m is going outside of this monom, x in power 2 minus 1. We done this. Okay. Now what are we going to do? Now 1 multiplied by 1, it's 1. 2 multiplied by this all, minus 2. 2 minus 1, it's 1. And remember, the rule in mathematics is that the numerator, it will be multiplied by numerator, denominator with denominator. This up that we have 1 and this all, it's the same. And this denominator, this by 1, it will be multiplied. It will be same. Remember, when this is the multiplying here, this can simplify. Now what we Now we have x minus, it's multiplying this denominator, minus multiplied by minus is plus. Here is plus, minus multiplied by plus is minus 3. You can change the place, it's not the problem. And this is the result. Now we are going to solve author. What we have ln, the absolute value. The reason why we have the absolute value is because this expression trigonometric must be all time the positive. If this is negative, it will be convert the absolute value to positive. Now secant and tangent. We have here y function ln absolute secant x tangent x absolute. Now we are going to derivate this. We have this as a u value. It will be go all this expression in denominator, secant x plus tangent x. This is the outside expression. This, it will be multiplied by this inside expression, secant x tangent x. Now we can write, sorry, I like this is the denominator. Denominator with denominator, it will be multiplying secant x tangent x. Now this and this, it will be go up, numerator with numerator, secant x tangent x derivative. Now secant x plus tangent x. Now what is the derivative of secant x? It is, just a second, is secant x multiply tangent x. What is the derivative of tangent x? Is 1 cosine in power of 2. Sorry, power of 2 x. Here, sorry for my, here I like more. However, here we can simplify this. This secant you can write as 1 cosine of x. Tangent is sinus x, fraction cosine x plus 1 cosine score Now the second is 1 cosine x plus this tangent. You can write sinus x fraction cosine x. Now we have, just a second, here we have sinus x cosine multiplied by cosine is cosine square plus 1 cosine square x, and here we have denominator is cosine x to cosine x is 1 divided 1 by 1 it's 1 plus cosine x to cosine x is cosine x, it's 1. We have sinus x. Now what we will have, cosine square x. This cosine square x to this denominator divided, it's 1. 1 multiplied by x, we have sinus x. Cosine square x to cosine square x is 1 when we divide, and we have 1 multiplied by 1, it's 1. Now, and here we have 1 sinus x cosine x. Now just a second, what we have, and here it will be multiply inside with inside and outside, and this outside with outside. We have sinus x plus 1 multiply by cosine x, and here in denominator we can write 1 sinus x multiply cosine x, and what we will have here now, here this and this are same. This monom you can change, the place is the same, and this with this square it will be multiply, and we have cosine x, or you can write second x. Now I like this to verify this to write in Wolfram. Now we can write what was ln second x plus tangent x. We have, it's okay. Why we don't have the result here? However, say we don't have, let's see. However, let's try to solve author. What we have here, we have this, we must solve. Now we must solve this. what is, we have y ln second x, oh sorry, I have make mistake here. We have fraction 3x in power of 2, 12x plus 4x plus 4. Now we must use this formula y we and we, this formula. Now let's go. Here can you see this is the u value and this denominator is y value. We must substitute here. Y it's x plus 4 in score, and we have 3x in power of 2 plus 12x plus 4 derivate. We value we have x plus 4 minus u value is 3x in power of 2 plus 12x plus 4, and y we value it's x plus 4 derivate. Now we can write here equal what we will have here when we derivate 3 multiplied by 2 is 6 x plus here derivative of x is 1, 12 derivative of number constant is 0, x plus 4 minus this it will be 3x square 12x plus 4 derivative of x is 1, derivative of constant 4 is 0. We have here in denominator. Now what we will have, we have x. Now here we're going to multiply this monom for 6x with this x is 6x in power of 2 or score plus 6 multiplied by 4 is 24x plus 12x plus 12 4 multiplied by 2 it's 8, 1 multiplied by 4 it's 4 minus this minus it will multiply all this polynomial is 3x square minus 12x minus 4. Now what we will have, when this polynomial, this monom has the same power, we have here power of 2 and here power of 2, we can apply the mathematical operation. Here we have 6 minus 3 is 3 x in power of 2. Here we have 24, these are same, we have x and x is 0, we have plus 24x and plus 48 minus 4 is 44. Now, and this is the result. Just a moment to see. Now we are going to solve this other, what we have here. Which was this. It is y. What was? It was sine in score. Sine in score minus cosine 2x. Minus cosine 2x. Now we are going here. We must use the chain rule. 2 sinus 2 minus 1x, and just a second, here we have the 2 sinus 2 minus 1x, the derivative of this function. We have, this is the outside function, multiply sinus x, the derivative, minus the derivative of cosine is minus sinus 2x, the derivative of this inside expression, we have 2x derivative. Now let's go. Sinus 2 minus 1, it's 1x, sinus, sorry, here we have the derivative of sine x is cosine x, minus multiply by minus is plus sinus 2x, derivative of 2, this is the constant, derivative of x, it's 1. Now we can write here 2 sinus x cosine x plus 2. When we have the multiplication, we can change the place, and this is the result. Now what we have, we have y ln, what was 3x plus 4, 3x plus 4, 1 minus 2x, 1 minus 2x. Now this we are going to derivate, as I say that when we have ln u, this, find the derivative, it's 1 u, and this is inside. Remember, this is all the u value. Now we will have 3x plus 4, 1 minus 2x. Remember, this is all the u value, and it will be this inside expression, it will be derivate. We must derivate. Now this, it is 1 inside with inside and outside with outside, it will be multiplying. We have, because this is the fraction, is the base for all this expression, we have 1 2x and 3x plus 4. Here we have, when we use the rule I have explained, we have 2x square 2 3x plus 4 derivate 1 2x minus 3, and we have 1 2x derivate.
Equal fraction 1 minus 2x 3x plus 4 multiplication. We have here the derivative of 3x is 3. The derivative of constant of number is 0. We have here 1 minus 2x minus 3x plus 4. Here the derivative of number constant is 0 minus 2, and here the denominator we have 1 minus 2x, all this in power of 2. Now what we will have, 1 minus 2x x 3x plus 4 fraction 1 2 multiplication x all in power of 2. 3 is multiplying all this polynomial. We have 3 minus 3 multiplied by 2 is 6x minus multiplying by minus is plus. 2 multiplied by 3x is 6x plus, because here minus multiplied by minus is plus. 4 multiplied by 2 is 8. Now what we will have here, this monom have the same power, this and this, it will be simplifier because this is 0. Now what we will have, 1 2x 3x plus 4, 3 plus 8 is 11, 1 minus x all in power of 2. Now equal 1 2x multiply 11. Here you know the rule, the numerator it will be multiplied by numerator, denominator with denominator. This up with up, down and with down. 3x plus 4, 1 minus 2x all in power of 2. Now what we will do, here when we have multiplication here and here, this and this, it will be simplifier, because when we have this whole expression in power of 2, say that this base it's multiplying 2 times itself. Now it will we will have 11 3x plus 4 parenthesis 1 minus 2x. This is the result. Now what we just copy here this to paste. What we have, y x in power of 2 ln x minus x in power of 2 2. Just this, delete. Now this we must derivate this expression y. We must use the rule where just a second. We must use this rule. We have u derivative v plus u derivative of v. Remember this rule. Now we are going to derivate. Here, remember, this is u, all this ln x is v. Now we have x about square derivative ln x plus x square ln x derivative minus, and this x square it will be derived to x2 minus 1, and here is the equal. Now what we will have, the x square derivative is 2x ln x plus x square ln derivative is 1x. Here is 1, 2 multiplied by 1 it's 1, it's 2, 2 and 2 it will be simplifier. Here in power we have 2 minus 1, and here is 1. Now what we will have, 2x ln x. Here we can write, here for denominator is 1. We must multiply numerator with numerator. This up, it will be multiply is x in power of 2, or x square. 1 multiplied by x is x, x1. In the end, we will have 2x ln x plus this square with this, it will be simplifier. X divided by 1 is x. This and this are, this monom has the sign are the different, here plus this minus, and in the end the result it will be 2x ln x. Thank you very much for watching my video. If you like to watch my new video, please subscribe to my channel and press the notification button. If you have any question, please write to my YouTube channel, any comment, and I wish to all you all the best.